Well, if you've been following Twitter or Palace news, then you will know that the Galatasaray doctors have indicated that Wildfred Zaha was carrying more of an injury than we first thought he was last season. Apparently he had a sustained muscle injury which he played through for a large part of the season. Now obviously he was off, he was out injured for a couple of times, 2 or 3 times I think it was in the end, last season with a muscle injury and also with his tendon injury. So whether that was all one thing, I don't know, but apparently the doctors in Galatasaray have said that he's had to rest, he's exhausted because of having to play through those injuries, and now he is resting, and they're setting up a special treatment plan for him so that he can recover and get fitter without any injuries in the future, which is great for him obviously, because he wants to play for Galatasaray, probably wants to play his best football, wants to play European Champions League football. So him being fit and able to play is bound to be what he wants. Of course, you have to look at the situation. People are saying, well, that shows that he was playing through the pain, he was playing for the team and stuff like that. Well, yes, he was playing for the team. He was our best player, on the pitch. So Roy Hodgson obviously wanted him to play. I'm sure he wanted to play. He wanted to play his part in the Palace team, but at the same time, he hadn't signed a new contract with Crystal Palace. He was looking at going elsewhere, so of course he wants to play. He wants to put himself in the shop window. He doesn't want to be injured most of the season, because then teams aren't going to come looking for him if he's got a long-term injury. So of course he's going to want to play through those things, not only for the club but also for his future, his future career. Now, whether or not some of those bigger clubs in the Premier League shied away from him because of that, but maybe they found out about those injury issues, I don't know. But certainly Galatasaray have picked up on it and picked up on the fact that this is a long-standing injury that he's had, and they're hoping that they can get him fit. So it's good news for Wildfred Zaha. Obviously, hopefully he's going to get the good treatment and things like that. But I thought I'd bring you the story just so that you were aware of the fact that apparently he had a longer term injury than was first thought. Another quick thing on Michael Olise. There is a rumour, or there are stories going around that part of the Crystal Palace contract that he signed, the extension that he signed in the summer, increases his release clause. It was apparently set around 35 million, but that was never really clarified. Apparently that's now been raised. It's now a greater amount of money. Again, it hasn't been given us a specific number, but of course it means that clubs could still come in for him if they're willing to pay the increased release clause. Apparently there's a stipulation in the contract that says that it won't be activated, or it can't be activated until next summer. So there's no chance of teams coming in January and swiping him away. So it looks like it's going to be at least until next summer before anyone starts coming in for him again. And of course there are a number of big clubs that showed an interest in him last summer. So fingers crossed that he has a really good season and manages to get us into some decent spots before well, I think the inevitable is going to happen. I think next season, despite the release clause, I think someone's going to swipe him away, because he's a very talented individual. There are reports that Eze was very nearly swiped away, that Anderson was very nearly swiped away by Newcastle at the end of the transfer window. So there's a number of players that are of interest to other clubs. So we'd have to wait and see whether we can hold on to these players long enough for us to be able to make something of our season. Let me know down in the comments what you think about both of those points, and don't forget to subscribe, click the bell for notifications, share this video to other Palace fans, and also don't forget to look at the channel membership if you want to see more perks.